So what's your advice to higher ed institutions in terms of how to get ahead of this?
It feels like there's an opportunity here. We don't know when the proposed regulations are going to go into effect, but there's no time like the present to start preparing for that, because I think we can say that the proposed regulations will mirror what the final regulations actually look like. So take that and work with it for colleges and universities. Take a look at your current policy and your current processes and your current training to see how they fit with the proposed regulations and what you need to do between now and that time when you're going to be asked to comply with those to come up to speed with that. There are decisions to be thought through just in terms of whether a college or university should continue with the current level of formality in the investigation process, or whether it would be preferable to revert to the less formal, less ritualistic processes that were used prior to 2020. There may be a lot of benefits to that because it takes less staffing and takes less specific knowledge of the law of Title IX as opposed to the practical aspects of Title IX. I think at the end of the day, you find in the proposed regulations a huge element of fairness to the parties looking to achieve results that fairly resolve sexual misconduct, both in the current circumstance, whatever that is, and then moving forward if there are any sort of preventative measures that need to be taken. And I would say this, Tim, as well, that one of the areas that is different, that I think that colleges and universities are going to have to contend with, is that one of the definitions that has changed is where the conduct takes place that is covered by Title IX. Under the current regulations, it is pretty much limited to on-campus activity that's related to an academic program or activity. Under the proposed regulations, however, it is more or less back to off-campus activity over which the university has disciplinary control. In other words, if there are off-campus activities that would subject a student to the university's disciplinary process, then those off-campus activities will be rolled back into Title IX again. And the other big change for a lot of colleges and universities, and this is no small lift, is that the proposed regulations will apply outside of the U.S. And will be applicable to study abroad programs, for example. The level of oversight of study abroad programs is not what it should be in all instances, and it's an area that we think that colleges and universities should look at pretty closely in the run-up to the new Title IX regulations.
Very good. Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, Tim.